Something strange is happening in your body right now, and you didn't sign the permission slip. Hundreds of trillions of microscopic tenants are running their own little civilization inside you. They trade chemicals like currency, text your brain through the vagus nerve, and launch rebellions that look suspiciously like your cravings. Think you're craving chocolate? Adorable. That's bacteria sending an urgent memo to headquarters. You're not the boss here, you're the Wi-Fi signal. Scientists call it the gut-brain axis. I call it a 100 trillion strong psychological coup. And here's the kicker. Those microbes don't just digest your lunch. They can rewrite your mood, your metabolism, even your immune code. One imbalance down here, and your mind starts glitching upstairs. Harvard and Stanford have been screaming it for years. You don't have gut problems, you have governance problems. So buckle up, because over the next few minutes, you'll meet the real rulers of your body and find out why the war inside you might be the reason you can't focus, sleep, or stop raiding the fridge at midnight. And stay till the end, because the real twist isn't in your gut. It's at the gate, the one place every war begins and ends. Your mouth. So everything starts with you. Yes, you, the proud human who thinks you make your own decisions. Let's do a quick audit of your free will. You wake up groggy, open your phone, scroll past chaos, and bam, sudden craving for a muffin you saw once in 2018. That's not nostalgia. That's your gut microbes hitting reply all on the dopamine thread. You get anxious before a meeting? They're already flooding your bloodstream with cortisol triggers. Feel euphoric after pizza? That's serotonin secretion on command. And when you say, I'm just tired, nope, you're out of microbial Wi-Fi range. Stanford calls it the microbiota gut-brain axis. I call it the world's most toxic group chat. Every symptom you think is just you being you, brain fog, sugar cravings, random fatigue, is actually a broadcast from your internal population saying, conditions deteriorating, send carbs. The worst part? You keep rewarding them. Every time you stress eat, they throw a microscopic rave in your intestines. You're literally hosting the party that's ruining your life. So before we judge the rebels, maybe we admit we've been their favorite vending machine. Now, before we move on, tell us, what's your gut's worst crime? Cravings? Brain fog? Drop it below. Let's compare damage reports. Now, welcome to the capital of chaos, your gut lining. 3 millimeters of tissue separating breakfast from bloodstream, peace from civil war. When this barrier breaks, scientists call it increased intestinal permeability. You call it, why am I bloated, moody, and allergic to my own existence? Here's the coup in 4K. Step 1. Stress and junk food. Wipe out friendly species like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. Step 2. Bad actors. Clostridium, Candida, E. coli. Seize territory. Step 3. They release lipopolysaccharides, microscopic grenades that slip through the gut wall and hit the bloodstream. Step 4. Your immune system freaks out, launching cytokine storms that reach the brain. Result? You feel like garbage and think it's just stress. It's not stress, it's biochemical mutiny. Neuroscientists at Harvard call it neuroinflammation. Actually, the real name should be something like the moment your microbes hijack the control room. They whisper through the vagus nerve, a two-way phone line between gut and brain, and convince HQ to release more cortisol, more adrenaline, more cravings. Translation: you eat what your bacteria want. They get stronger, you get hangry, foggy, and inflamed. Congratulations, your gut just staged a coup d'etat and your brain signed the surrender papers. Down here, it's not chaos, it's politics. Every microbe is a citizen, every metabolite a currency, and the gut lining? That's Wall Street, Congress, and the gossip column all in one. Your friendly bacteria, the diplomats, trade short-chain fatty acids like peace treaties, keeping your immune troops calm and your neurons humming. But when you feed the wrong crowd, ultra-processed junk, stress hormones, antibiotic leftovers, the rebels take over. They weaponize your cravings, fund inflammatory propaganda and whisper directly to your brain, one more cookie for morale. And your brain, it listens, because the vagus nerve is basically a 24/7 hotline for manipulation. Researchers call these signals microbial metabolites. In other words, it's like chemical tweets from the underworld. They decide how much serotonin you make, how anxious you feel, and whether you'll yell at your coworker or meditate like a monk. The punchline? You think you're running a democracy, but inside you're one bad lunch away from a dictatorship. At this point, most people panic, because once you realize your gut's been whispering orders to your brain, you start wondering, am I even driving this thing? Relax, you're not broken, you're just hijacked. Your brain's been living off whatever the loudest bacteria demanded that day. But here's the good news. Coups end when leadership wakes up. Your microbes don't hate you, they mirror you. Feed them stress, they riot. Feed them calm, they negotiate. You're not in a war with your gut. You're a commander who fell asleep at the control panel. Think about it. Every bad decision, every 2 a.m. fridge raid, every foggy morning wasn't weakness, it was miscommunication in a biological group chat. And now that you're awake, you get to rewrite the rules. You can call off the rebellion. You can restore peace. Not with supplements or cleanses, but with understanding. Because once you stop fighting your body, it stops fighting back. Well, if this part hit home, type ceasefire or gut reset in the comments. That's your gut's surrender letter. Remember back in the previous episode when the bacteria in your mouth were trash-talking your heart and brain? Yeah, those guys have cousins downstairs. The same gossip network, bigger budget. But here's the twist. They were never your enemies. They were freelancers with no manager. And you, the CEO of Biochemistry Inc., have been skipping board meetings since 2012. Reframe this whole thing. You're not detoxing. You're governing. Your gut is a trillion-citizen economy that runs on trust, fiber, and reasonable deadlines. Feed them whole foods, fermented allies, and consistent circadian hours. They'll pay taxes in serotonin and immunity. Feed them stress, caffeine, and TikTok at 2 a.m. They'll unionize under Clostridium Unlimited and burn the place down. Experts call it microbiome modulation. We should definitely call it diplomacy with deadlines. And the cool part? Governance is fast. Within 72 hours of changing your inputs, diet, sleep, stress, gene expression in your gut bacteria starts to shift. That's not pseudoscience, that's molecular democracy. So no, you don't need a detox tea. You just need to show up to work. And if you're still here, congrats. You've just been promoted to microbiome governor. Might as well subscribe before the next rebellion. Here's the part where we stop philosophizing and start rebuilding the empire, one habit at a time. Forget 12-step detox programs or miracle gut resets. Your microbiome doesn't need a priest, it needs a schedule. Rule 1, feed your citizens, real fiber, fermented food, color diversity that would make Picasso blush. Science time. Fiber becomes short-chain fatty acids, molecules that lower inflammation, fuel your gut lining, and literally tell your immune system to chill. Rule number 2, protect the borders. You already know what nukes the good guys: sugar spikes, ultra-processed snacks, antibiotics on cheat mode. You wouldn't bomb your own city just to enjoy 5 minutes of dopamine, right? Okay, maybe you would, but now you know the consequences. Rule number 3, respect the circadian curfew. Your microbes clock out when you do. Eat late, and you force them into unpaid overtime. Studies show even timing meals consistently can reset microbial gene expression. Translation: eat like a grown-up, not like a raccoon. Rule number 4, manage stress, because cortisol is civil war in chemical form. Walk after meals. Breathe like someone who wants to live. Your vagus nerve reads calm as a peace treaty. The empire doesn't need perfection, just consistency. Biology doesn't reward effort, it rewards rhythm. And just like that, the rebellion becomes a renaissance. Inflammation drops, energy stabilizes, and the same gut that once spammed your brain with junk mail is now sending motivational newsletters. Within days, your microbes shift alliances. Within weeks, your metabolism starts running on logic instead of panic. And in about a month, your brain fog, that fuzzy Wi-Fi signal between gut and cortex, finally clears. This isn't magic, it's math. Trillions of chemical negotiations. Every second, deciding who you are today. Harvard calls it microbial resilience, but I like to call it finally giving a damn about your ecosystem. Your skin starts glowing because inflammation stops shouting. Your mood lifts because neurotransmitters finally have bandwidth. Your immune system chills because it no longer mistakes lunch for an invasion. This is the biological equivalent of rebooting a corrupted operating system. Except, instead of hitting Control-Alt-Delete, you just breathed, ate real food, and slept like a mammal again. And here's the twist nobody told you. Healing never looks dramatic. It looks quiet. Because when the war ends, peace doesn't need to announce itself. And when your gut finally chills out, you'll know. And when it happens, come back here and comment "rebooted." I'll be waiting. Every empire, once rebuilt, must guard its gates. Because peace inside means nothing if chaos walks back in through the front door. That door is your mouth. The first border, the oldest battlefield, the place where the gut's entire story begins. Everything you chew, sip, or breathe, every tiny ritual, decides whether the empire you just rebuilt will thrive or crumble again. The gut may be the capital, but the mouth is the border patrol. And if the guards fall asleep, history repeats itself. You've just witnessed how balance inside your gut rewires your brain, your energy, your mood. But the next chapter reveals how the smallest ecosystem in your body, the oral microbiome, controls who gets in and what happens next. Because the war inside you never really ended. It just moved to the front line. So before you celebrate victory, wait till you see the next battlefield, your teeth. In the meantime, hit subscribe before the gate opens.